This is the Monday program from Radio Nederland in Hilversum, Holland. March of the Artists, a virtuoso arrangement by Carl Frey, heard in performance by de Klok, and that's not an ensemble, but an organ. In English, the bell. Organs have nicknames in Holland. De Klok is a street organ built in 1925 by Mortier of Antwerp and rebuilt in Breda in 1927 by the arranger of that tune you just heard, Carl Frey, who was an all-round organ wizard. Well, for close on 50 years, half a century, de Klok was a familiar sight on the streets and canals of Amsterdam. The organ made highly successful tours of Indonesia, South Africa, and the Caribbean. But then it suddenly disappeared from Holland, and Judith Howard, an English musician and professional expert on church, fair, and street organs, has joined me at my table now to tell us the story of the departure of de Klok.
The organ has been exported to the Netherlands Society in South Australia, who are a club of Dutch emigres centred in Adelaide. One can, of course, well understand why this is, in fact, quite a good idea for them to have an organ, to spread the knowledge of Dutch culture abroad and to show it to the Australian people. This is a fine idea, but there are various reasons why this caused us great concern in this particular case. Circumstances did not permit the really thorough restoration required. In fact, some work was done on the organ, and I may say that in the time available, it was amazing how much could be done, but really the organ needed to be given a thorough restoration over several months, not just a few days.
So what left Holland for Australia in January of this year was an organ still in somewhat poor condition and never built to withstand the rigors of the Australian climate, particularly the heat.
Yes, and in fact the very un-European weather which we've been having in England this last summer, and I think also here in Holland, has shown the damage that can be caused to these organs by unsuitable weather conditions. In fact, in England, many of our mechanical organs have simply stopped playing altogether. The other problem, of course, which we're very worried about, is the lack of experts to maintain and tune these instruments in countries outside Europe, in particular outside Holland. They really do need specialist attention.
So what, Judith Howard, would you say would be really the best solution to the position of de Klok as a Dutch barrel organ in Australia now?
And I think if a new organ went out there, this would really be the solution. The club in Adelaide would then have a fine new organ which is likely to survive much longer in good condition. And in Holland there would be one more old organ still on the streets. And I think everybody would be happy with this situation.
Thank you.